What's going on, movie goers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Zero Productions. I just got done watching the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos, you guys. From the mind of James Gunn, who's brought you Guardians of the Galaxy, The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, Superman next year. And I'll say this, it's interesting. I am not overly impressed with the first 2 episodes. I am not. This is more the same that we've gotten from James Gunn with his previous projects, right? You take a group of misfits who don't get along, who fight each other, but they have to come together for the ultimate goal by the end of the, project. Now, with this being a kind of like a soft reboot and, the upstart to his brand new franchise, it's intriguing that he picked, the Creature Commandos to lead the charge. Now, I'm not necessarily hooked onto any character right now because it's still too early. But each character is intriguing for their own reasons. Like Rick Flag Sr., I'm intrigued because, his son was killed in, the Suicide Squad by Peacemaker. And I'm curious to see how this is going to lead into Peacemaker Season 2. It is mentioned that, this takes place 2 years after the death of his son in the Suicide Squad. So it is canon. But as far as like Weasel, Nina, Dr. Phosphorus, the Bride, I feel like is probably the biggest standout for me right now. That's because she had one whole episode dedicated to herself and her backstory and how she was created. She went back to, Castle Frankenstein, right? And, we got to see glimpses of her backstory. And I thought that was probably the most interesting, concept from these first 2 episodes. I didn't really care for, they're there to, to protect, the princess or whatever. And, Rick Flag Sr. and her have a thing and they're having sex in the bathroom. I didn't really care for any of that. I thought the most interesting aspects from the story were the most serious parts, and the emotional beats is what really kept me interested. And I feel like if it wasn't for the Bride, and her backstory for the second episode, I don't know, as a whole, I just feel like the show so far is just okay. And I'm not hating on it. I'm still going to watch every single episode, every single Thursday. I'm still going to talk about it and discuss it with you guys every single Thursday. But, as far as, everybody else's story, and I'm fine with that. This is only the second season. This is only the second episode, and I'm pretty sure everybody will have their time to shine with their backstory, with their emotional beats, like the Bride had. Seeing her get created because, Frankenstein wanted somebody to love. He was envious of Victor because he had his wife and he threatened to take his wife away to, equally balance. It was interesting concept. So to see, Victor create Bride and, had that whole backstory explained and, Frankenstein being so infatuated with this woman, somebody he was going to marry and love forever. She ultimately, was, she was brought to life not knowing anything. So she had to reestablish how to learn everything. And, that was frustrating to Frankenstein. He didn't necessarily like that. He was like, why does she need to talk? He was just, he's a brute force. You know what I mean? A brute force with not that much logic. And, to see Victor's relationship with the Bride, slowly but surely get better and better, seeing her, be able to communicate and, have a life, and seeing that relationship really take, a big turn. I did not know that they were going to end up, in an actual relationship, in this second episode. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. They're having sex on the table. And, the fact that Frankenstein witnessed that, I knew he was going to snap. David Harbour, I knew he was going to absolutely just snap and kill Frankenstein. And that's what he did. So Frankenstein and Bride have been kind of going at this for years and years. He's still so infatuated with her. He loves her. He doesn't want to let go from her at all. So whenever she's around and whenever they have an encounter, she hates him because he killed Victor and she loved Victor. That was like, her creator, you know what I mean? So I like that whole backstory. I thought it was really intriguing. But like I said, it's only the second episode. There's only been 2 episodes. There's still so much more story to flesh out. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with this Nina character. She does kind of remind me of the fish guy from the Hellboy 1 and 2. I forgot his name. But I'm like, okay, I could definitely get behind her character. I want to know more about her because she seems like the one with the most heart, the one with the, the most soul and, compassion. And that's what I like about, her character. But as far as everybody else, I'm not too intrigued, but we'll see what happens, towards, the third episode next week. The whole battle at the end of, Bride fighting, what's her name? Oh my God, drawing a huge blank. I forgot her name, but she fought her at the end of the episode too. I want to know the backstory and where they met and why they were fighting, But as far as, the first 2 episodes, you guys, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, to the intro, to the start of James Gunn's DCU, you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you guys enjoy the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos? Does this feel like the same, beats that James Gunn is so used to doing? Are you guys excited for the 3rd episode? Please post your comments down below. And, of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching C-Roll Productions. Peace.